The time is at hand.
The elusive dog-like creature attacks livestock, bleeding them dry of blood.
8 to 10 feet tall, shadowy aliens.
The appearance of a mysterious monolith.
Making it rain by zapping clouds.
And this is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
Babylon the Great is fallen, is fallen.
Welcome to In Dark Places. I'm your Huckleberry, Jimbo Fugit. It's cold and snowing here. My car is about to fall apart again. This time it's the entire exhaust system about to fall off. All the brackets up underneath the car that hold the exhaust in place are all rusted off and stuff. So it's gonna be fun. Have you heard about these drones over New Jersey? Apparently I'm the only person in the world that hasn't. This week on the show, the drones of New Jersey. I want to state for the record right now that they're not drones. It seems that drones have taken on the form of today's modern swamp gas excuse for UFOs. Everything's a drone now. As far as I can tell, this seems to have started back around November 19th, 2024. People started seeing strange lights over the sky of New Jersey. Some of these things are the size of an SUV, so I don't know. One thing I've learned is that the government never tells the truth about anything. So if they're saying it's drones, then it's not drones. The narrative seems to be for right now that it's Iran out in the middle of the ocean with a big mothership drone flying smaller drones out to the eastern states. New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, places like that. Right now, all those senators and governors and people that get paid way too much and wear suits and stuff like that, they're all like, I don't know what it is. But they're probably just lying. My guess is it's probably UFOs and the government is sending drones out to chase them. We got an email over on the Appalachian UFO Research Society from our friend Kayla, who saw something interesting over Pikeville, Kentucky, near Shelby Valley School. On December 7th, 2024, she saw some random lights rotating in the sky at different speeds, at different times, random directions. And this was around 10 or 11 p.m. And right around that same time, me and Brandon were leaving Pikeville, and we saw weird lights in the sky. I was driving, so I didn't get to see them very good, but Brandon said some of them were going a lot faster than others. Kayla says that she's been seeing them for the last month or so. And at times, the lights looked like they were lining the sides of a large ship. And on that following night, December 8th, me and Brandon saw the lights again around 8 p.m. over around Pikeville, Kentucky. Word on the street is there's thousands of them over the big cities, but they seem to be kind of trickling into these smaller towns now. Kind of weird. Here's what some news stories are saying about these so-called drones. And for all you guys listening on Rumble, I'll try to put some pretty pictures along with the stories. I saw a video of one of these UFO drone things from October of 2024. October 24th, I think it was, in New Jersey, and people were pulled over on the sides of the road, had their phones out taking pictures of it and stuff. For the most part, these sightings seem to have started around November 21st or something like that. And I can't find anything in the news dating back that far, which is kind of suspicious in itself. This article is from December 3rd by Jessica Schleidbeck. Thanks, Jessica. FBI investigating cluster of large drones spotted near Trump's New Jersey golf course. A cluster of large drones spotted flying over central New Jersey, including a military base and President-elect Donald Trump's Bedmaster golf course, has sparked a federal investigation as well as new flight restrictions for the region. The collection of what look to be drones and a possible fixed-winged aircraft have been spotted around the Raritan River dating back several weeks FBI spokeswoman Amy J. Thorson said, according to officials, they appear to be larger than drones typically used by hobbyists, sparking concern given their proximity to Donald Trump's National Golf Club in Bedminster and the Picatinny Arsenal military base in Rockaway. Local police have said there is no known threat to public safety at this time. The Federal Aviation Administration said it first received reports of unauthorized drone activity on November 18th. As a result, the agency has barred drones from flying over the President-elect's golf course from November 22nd through Friday. Which Friday, I don't know. Drones were also forbidden from flying near the military base starting on November 25th through December 26th. Both of the bans come at the request of federal security partners, according to Patch. Thanks, Patch. In addition to Somerset County, where Trump's golf course is located, drone sightings have also been reported in nearby Medham, Chester, and Morristown. Safety integrating drones into the national airspace system is a key priority for the FAA, the agency said in a statement. We look into all reports of unauthorized drone operations and investigate when appropriate. The FBI has confirmed it has launched an investigation into the matter. They've asked that anyone who has information related to the recent sightings of possible drones flying in several areas along the Raritan River to reach out to law enforcement. Under New Jersey law, drone operators who endanger aircraft or pedestrians could be fined up to $75,000 and lose their pilot certificates. This one's from December 4th. UFO drones in New Jersey block medical helicopter from landing, by Dan Alexander. Thanks, Dan. The recent drone sightings in the skies over New Jersey took a serious turn when a medical helicopter's landing had to be moved. Fire officials in Branchburg canceled a landing at Raritan Valley Community College after a crash victim within the township on November 26 because of the drones. Brian Surge, supervisor of security at the college, told NewJersey.com. Surge said he did not get any additional information. Branchburg fire official Joseph Olivio referred questions from New Jersey 101.5 to state police, who later confirmed the landing zone was moved to a different location due to the presence of unmanned aircraft in the immediate area. The victim was then able to be airlifted to a hospital. New Jersey 101.5 traffic reporter Bob Williams and his wife Kathleen got a text from their neighbor early Tuesday evening about drones in the sky over their Roxbury neighborhood. And so I ran outside and I could see them right away, Kathleen told New Jersey 101.5. It looked to me like very strategically placed drones. They were flying very low. It was very obvious that they were drones. I could see 7 drones in one shot for sure. Kathleen said she could hear a slight noise from the drones with red, white, and blue lights. They stayed in the same area for about 15 minutes. Bob called the police, who referred him to the FBI, which is investigating the sightings. I felt very, very, very concerned. I found it extremely unsettling, especially because just a few days ago they were down in the Midham, Chester area, which isn't far from here, she said. The FBI's Newark office said they had a great response to its request for video and information about the sightings, but did not disclose a specific number. Anyone with relevant information can call the FBI at 1-800-CALL-FBI or submit it online at tips.fbi.gov. Warren County Acting Prosecutor Jessica Cardone released a statement Wednesday stating she is aware of the public's concerns, but reiterated there is no danger to the general public. Cardone said drone sightings can also be reported to the Crime Tips page on her agency's website. Drone operators who conduct unsafe operations that endanger other aircraft or people on the ground could face fines up to $75,000, according to the FAA. The story is also by Dan Alexander. Dan's putting in some overtime for In Dark Places this week. Thanks, Dan. We appreciate you. This was December 5th. Governor Murphy finally speaks out about UFO drones buzzing New Jersey. Governor Phil Murphy reiterated that there is no threat to the public at this time from recent drone sightings over New Jersey. Dozens of drones have been reported hovering over the state since before Thanksgiving, mostly in northern areas about Route 78. The Democrat said he had held a briefing Wednesday with Homeland Security Alejandro Mayorkas, senior officials from federal and state Homeland Security and state police. We are actively monitoring the situation in close coordination with our federal and law enforcement partners on this matter, Murphy said Thursday in a statement on his Twitter account. We are actively monitoring the situation and in close. Florham Park Police Chief Joseph Orlando said that local law enforcement has been pushing its state partners for answers about the drones. While we currently have no evidence or information to indicate these drones pose an immediate threat at this time, their presence appears nefarious in nature, Orlando said in a written statement. The municipality is relatively close to Morristown Municipal Airport and Newark Liberty International Airport. The Hunterdon County Board of County Commissioners on Tuesday confirmed 3 reported sightings near Round Valley Reservoir and the county 911 center. The drone sightings continued around New Jersey on Wednesday night, with a listener in Bridgewater telling New Jersey 101.5 he spotted 2 in the restricted airspace near Trump National Golf Course. It moved east over my house and then it turned north. I couldn't tell its size, but it was silent. I'm guessing it was about 200 feet, the listener said. The FAA on Thursday afternoon told New Jersey 101.5 it was checking on any violations of the drone ban. The FBI said it had no additional updates on the investigation. Here's one from December 7th. Unidentified drones light up New Jersey skies, baffling residents. By Alice McFadden. Thanks, Alice. Brightly lit against a dark night sky, the low-flying object wasn't a star, and it wasn't moving like a plane or a helicopter. Kate Dunbar spotted the strange object early one night several weeks ago while driving home with her children, and she was stumped. I was like, "What is that? Is that a UFO?" said Mrs. Dunbar, a 37-year-old acupuncturist and mother of 3, and we watched it all the way home. And then she said she thought nothing more about it until earlier this week, when similarly bright, large, buzzing objects began flying low over her home in Bedminster, New Jersey. They were drones, she realized, and since then, she said, they had been coming back every night. Usually, she and her husband, Nick Dunbar, see the first drone not long after sunset, and then they just keep coming, one after another, sometimes 5 or more, following the same path. In the last week, it became a little bit menacing and like a creepy thing, Mrs. Dunbar said. Mrs. Dunbar is not alone. Drone sightings have been reported in at least 10 New Jersey counties since mid-November. They have been spotted flying over important infrastructure like reservoirs, power lines, and railroads, in people's backyards and above highways. They often fly in groups and emit a large humming noise that Mr. Dunbar, 39, I love telling their ages, I don't get it, described as similar to the sounds made by electric cars. The drones appear to be significantly larger than those widely available to hobbyists. This one is from December 9th. Mysterious drone clusters witnessed across Philadelphia region as FBI continues investigation. By Walter Perez. Thanks, Walter. People from all across the Delaware Valley and up into northern New Jersey have reported seeing clusters of drones in the sky over the last several weeks. Numerous reports were sent to Action News about flying objects in Media and Broomall in Delaware County, as well as in Philadelphia's Mayfair section and in Cherry Hill, Camden County. We've been asking local officials if they can offer an explanation. Simply put, so far the answer is no. We spoke with Maureen Rush, who is a 45-year law enforcement veteran and president of the Philadelphia Police Foundation. She says it's important to note that many of the sightings include commercial-grade drones, some as large as small airplanes, not the kinds used by hobbyists. My other concern is that there are multiple drone sightings. They're almost in a flock. If they were geese, they'd be in a flock. And that's what's really unnerving for people, she said. On December 10th, FBI responds to mysterious drones. We Just Don't Know by Eileen LePammer. Thanks, Eileen. A top FBI official testified Tuesday before a congressional subcommittee that the agency doesn't know who is responsible for the dozens of drone sightings in recent weeks over New Jersey. There have also been reports of unidentified flying objects above Staten Island and Brooklyn. Robert W. Wheeler, Jr., Assistant Director of the FBI's Critical Incident Response Group, was asked, "Is public safety at risk?" And Wheeler responded, "There is nothing that is known that would lead me to say that, but we just don't know, and that's the concerning part." When asked who is responsible for the flying drones, Wheeler answered, "We do not attribute that to an individual or a group yet. We're investigating, but I don't have an answer as to who is responsible for that." U.S. Senator Cory Booker from New Jersey sent a 2-page letter Tuesday to the Director of the FBI and the Secretary of the U.S. Department of Homeland Security. It said, in part, "I urge you."
Urge. I've got the urge.
She's got the urge to burble. She ran the rebel in the shower.
I urge you to share any relevant information about these drone sightings with the public without transparency. I believe that rumors, fear, and misinformation will continue to spread. White House spokeswoman Karen Jean-Pierre was asked about the drone sightings at a briefing Tuesday. Jean-Pierre said, "DHS and FBI are handling it," adding, "I'm not going to go into what they could or could not be from here. That is something that is being looked at by respective agencies." When she was asked if the president was briefed on this, Jean-Pierre answered, "I don't have a timeline, but he certainly has been made aware of this." And he probably forgot it like 2 minutes later. And this one was from December 11th. Homeland Security shares new details of mysterious drone flights over New Jersey by Bruce Shipkowski. Thanks, Bruce. The large mysterious drones reported flying over parts of New Jersey in recent weeks appear to avoid detection by traditional methods, such as helicopter and radio, according to a state lawmaker briefed Wednesday by the Department of Homeland Security. In a post on the social media platform X, Assemblywoman Dawn Fantasia described the drones as up to 6 feet in diameter and sometimes traveling with their lights switched off. The Morris County Republican was among several state and local lawmakers who met with state police and Homeland Security officials to discuss the spat of sightings that range from the New York City area through New Jersey and westward into parts of Pennsylvania, including over Philadelphia. "The devices do not appear to be flown by hobbyists," Fantasia wrote. "Dozens of mysterious nighttime flights started last month and have raised growing concern among residents and officials. Part of the worry stems from the flying objects initially being spotted near the Picatinny Arsenal, a U.S. military research and manufacturing facility, and over President-elect Donald Trump's golf course in Bedminster. Drones are legal in New Jersey for recreational and commercial use, but they are subject to local and Federal Aviation Administration regulations and flight restrictions. Operators must be FAA certified. Most, but not all, of the drones spotted in New Jersey were larger than those typically used by hobbyists. The number of sightings has increased in recent days, though officials say many of the objects seen may have been planes rather than drones. It is possible that a single drone has been reported more than once. Governor Phil Murphy and law enforcement officials have stressed that the drones don't appear to threaten public safety. 2 Republican Jersey Shore area congressmen, U.S. Representative Chris Smith and Jeff Van Drew, have called on the military to shoot down the drones. Smith said a Coast Guard commanding officer briefed him on an incident over the weekend in which a dozen drones followed a motorized Coast Guard lifeboat in close pursuit near Barnegat Light in Island Beach State Park in Ocean County. Coast Guard Lieutenant Luke Panino told the Associated Press Wednesday that multiple low-altitude aircraft were observed in the vicinity of one of our vessels near Island Beach State Park. The aircraft weren't perceived as an immediate threat and didn't disrupt operations, Benino said. The Coast Guard is assisting the FBI and state agencies in investigating. In a letter to U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin, Smith called for military help dealing with the drones, noting that Joint Base McGuire-Dix-Lakenhurst has the capability to identify and take down unauthorized unmanned aerial systems. However, Pentagon spokeswoman Sabrina Singh told reporters Wednesday that our initial assessment here is that these are not drones or activities coming from a foreign entity or adversary. Many municipal lawmakers have called for more restrictions on who is entitled to fly an unmanned device. At least one state lawmaker proposed a temporary ban on drone flights in state. This is something we're taking deadly seriously. I don't blame people for being frustrated, Murphy said earlier this week. A spokesman for the Democrat governor said he did not attend Wednesday's meeting. Republican Assemblyman Eric Peterson, whose district includes parts of the state where the drones have been reported, said he also attended Wednesday's meeting at a state police facility in West Trenton. The session lasted for about 90 minutes. Peterson said DHS officials were generous with their time, but appeared dismissive on some concerns, saying not all the sightings reported have been confirmed to involve drones. So who or what is behind the flying objects? Where are they coming from? What are they doing? My understanding is they have no clue, Peterson said. A message-seeking comment was left with the Department of Homeland Security. Most of the drones have been spotted along coastal areas, and some were recently reported flying over a large reservoir in Clinton. Sightings have also been reported in neighboring states. James Edwards of Susquehanna, New Jersey, said he has seen a few drones flying over his neighborhood since last month. It raises concern mainly because there's so much that's unknown, Edwards said Wednesday. There's lots of people spouting off about various conspiracies that they believe are in play here, but that only adds fuel to the fire unnecessarily. We need to wait and see what is really happening here, not let fear of the unknown overtake us. So they don't want people speculating, but they're not going to tell us what they do know. And like so many other instances like this, we'll probably never know, because they're not going to tell anybody. But hey, that's the show for this week. Drones, UFOs, drones chasing UFOs. Who knows? If you've seen a drone, tell us about it. indarkplacespod@hotmail.com. That's all I got for you this week. We'll see you again next week. Thanks for listening. God bless.